Okay, hello to the group. So this is a review of the Tsurinoya Elf Trout Rod that I got from Dan Kung Sports, dankung.com. I think he's based in China. Yeah. So I was on the YouTubes looking at rods, and I found this YouTuber called BFS Prophet, and he did this review on this rod about a year ago and said it was great. It was incredible, but they stopped making it, or they stopped shipping it or producing it or whatever. So piqued my interest, did some web searches, and found Dan Kung had it on his website. So ordered it. It was about $135 with about $10 shipping. The most expensive rod maybe I've purchased, maybe not. It's hard for me to remember such, because I usually don't buy very expensive rods, at least not lately in these last few years. But BFS Prophet loved it, piqued my interest, so I tried to buy it. Dan Kung came back and said, hey, we don't have any in stock. They're not shipping them. I'll try to contact the manufacturer. So he contacted Tsurinoya and found some in their stock and had one shipped to me. So it's let me read off the specs really quickly. It's 1.88 meters, a little over 6 feet. Line weights of 1 to 4 pounds. Lure weights of 1 to 5 grams. So I just fished this today. It's it's incredible. I don't know why. The construction is incredible. It's got the cross-weaved carbon fiber all the way up the rod, and the rod is ribbed right here. It has 10 guides. I don't know what the guides are made of. The whole rod weighs 2.5 ounces, which is the lightest rod I have. Doesn't have any cork, but that's fine. It points incredibly well. I used my Aldebaran reel on it, which is the 2022 model, about $300. When you cast a bait, and I was using 1 to 2 gram baits, 1 to 2.5 gram baits. When you'd cast a bait, it would go exactly where you pointed your rod. And I don't think I've ever had that happen before. When you would bring your arm back to cast and launch the bait, you could feel the rod flex, and you knew when to release the spool to launch the bait, and you would virtually get no backlashes. Yeah, it was great. So highly recommended. So if you want one of these, contact Dan Kung. I'll put the links in the description below to his web shop. And he's got some powers to be able to get stuff. So he would be able to contact the manufacturer, Tsurinoya, and get some more, because evidently they have some in stock. They just need to request to get it, and yada yada. So I ordered it, and the shipping was great. I mean, and the shipping came in a cardboard tube, and then there was a box around the cardboard tube, and everything was just fine. By the time it got on the plane, it was here in like 3 days. It just took a little while between him going back and forth to the manufacturer and coordinating how to get what he needed to get. But the construction on this is fabulous. Love it. Highly recommended. And I don't know if anything else would compete against this or not. But game changer. Total game changer. And I'm really excited to fish this some more. And I'm also gonna fish the Ace Hawk and compare it to the Ace Hawk. I just was so enamored with this. I didn't have time to do any more today, because the weather is incredible today and tomorrow. Maybe I'll go out tomorrow with the Ace Hawk. We'll see. But I didn't catch anything. just my luck, right? So that's my update on this Elf Trout. And when you're looking for these, you got to look for the Elf Trout. It's got to have the trout in it, because if it doesn't have the trout in it, it's not the right rod. And of course, you're not going to find them anywhere. So that's my update. Hope it's good. Oh, and also post a link to BFS Prophet. He hasn't posted in a while, a year or so, which makes me wonder if he's still around. I don't know, maybe something happened to him. But he did a good review on this, saying that this was his favorite rod, and he had like 10 rods that he outlined. So, all right. Cheers.